Welcome to the Positively Portugal Football Report for round 11 of the Primeira Liga season. My name is Howie, and this week we got a ton of football to talk about. We have all three European competitions. We have the Primeira Liga, and we have the final two games of Ruben Amorim's sporting career. So that's exactly where we're going to start. We're going to start in the Champions League, where Sporting Clube de Portugal, the shocking upset at home, absolutely horsewhipping Manchester City 4-1. Benfica didn't do quite as well. They lost 1-0 to Bayern in Munich. So again, the results are still there, at least in terms of the Primeira Liga, but not Bayern, Benfica starting to slip up. They're not looking good in the Champions League. So moving on to the Europa League here, Porto with another loss. This one coming to Lazio in Italy. And we had Braga, if I can find that score here, Braga 1-1 with, I want to say Elfsborg. Yes, IK Elfsborg. That sounds like they're from Sweden. So Braga also not winning in Europe. And in the Conference League, we had Vitoria with another win against, how am I going to say this one? Mladá Boleslav of the Czech Republic. That score is 2-1. Vitoria, it's a very odd dynamic. They look great in the Conference League, not so much in the Primeira Liga. So we're going to start with Vitoria, where they were in matchday 11 against Santa Clara, and in the Azores, Santa Clara comes away with a 1-0 win, and they actually moved back into fourth place, so now they have the Conference League spot instead of Braga. Moreirense 3-2 over Gil Vicente. Moreirense looking a lot better recently. Estoril and AVS 0-0 draw there. You could not pay me to watch that game. Firenze and Casapia 1-1, so Firenze gets a crucial point there. Famalicão with a scoreless draw against Arouca at home, so not a good day at the office for Famalicão. Rio Ave 2-0 over Boa Vista. Estrela 2-0 over Nacional. Sporting 4-2 over Braga with quite a comeback there. Braga up 2-0 after 57 minutes, and Sporting just comes storming right back in Amorim's final game. And Benfica 4-1 over Porto. Lo and behold, this time Benfica's social media actually reported it. So looking at the table now, Sporting remains at top. Perfect start, 11 games, 11 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. Porto still in second by a technicality. Benfica has that postponed game to make up, so take that one with a grain of salt. Benfica in third, and Santa Clara, again, leapfrogs over Braga for that fourth place. Looking at the relegation zone, we have Firenze. That's really not going to change. They did pick up a crucial point today, but don't look for that to change. Nacional also in there, and Arouca, they remain in the relegation playoff. So the team of the week, once again, is Sporting, and what a week they had. Again, under the worst possible circumstances for them, losing their manager, Ruben Amorim, the man who built that empire there, to just beat Manchester City the way that they did, and then to have that shocking comeback at Braga. And again, Braga was the club that Amorim left to go to Sporting, so it all comes full circle there. The team of the week, as I said, Sporting, but the week's biggest loser, it's got to be Porto. They're just not getting it done in Europe, and Benfica actually handed their rear ends to them. So, going back to Sporting here to close this one out. João Pereira is now the manager at Sporting. Ruben Amorim is officially at Manchester United. And this is going to be the storyline the rest of the season. I had said much earlier than this that the Primeira Liga race was over long before, it was mathematically over, and still now. It's very far from being mathematically over. But I had said several times that Sporting was going to run away with it. Obviously, you could not possibly think that Amorim was going to leave a third of the way into the season. So whatever I said about Sporting running away with the Primera Liga, look, that's not going to happen. Sporting now has 11 wins in 11 games in the Primera Liga, but you can't think that that's going to continue. It just absolutely can't. My money, to be honest with you, my money would be on Benfica. And I'm not a gambling man, so don't listen to me at all. But I think Benfica very solid. They're better with Bruno Lage. And it looks like they'll get their act together, at least domestically. Sporting, you can't think that they're going to run the table like this anymore. And Porto, just as much of a great season as Samu Omaradian is having, I hope I said that correctly, they just don't have enough firepower. They're not going to compete for the Primera Liga. It's going to be Sporting and Benfica. And after everything that's gone down the last few weeks, I just believe that Benfica is going to take it this season. So we will be back here in a few days for either football or some other non-football video. We're eventually going to have a visa update. So if you like videos about Portuguese football, the process of moving to Portugal, anything Portugal related, please smash that subscribe button. Subscribing to a YouTube channel is the #1 way to help a content creator. Also, like the video, leave a comment, but most importantly, subscribe. I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll be back here soon. Have a good one, everybody.